Hey, welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Charlotte International Airport. Now, I don't say that as someone that is from Charlotte or North Carolina, more just welcoming you to the video here. So, we're starting this video after dropping off my rental car, so hopefully that helps some of you guys out. We're walking to the ticketing section of the airport from the rental car drop off. And we'll see here in a second a nice view of the Charlotte skyline, which is a nice feature. And you'll see those American Airlines planes. That is a common sight here, as it is a major American Airlines hub. Now, as we enter through these doors, we'll pretty much be right in the ticketing area. So it's not hard to find, that's good. But we'll see our first problem here in a second. Nice overlook here. And boom, there it is. Look at that security line, right in the middle of the walkway. A theme of this video will be, this airport's got some poor layout. That I can say. Switching views here. So this is the entrance you would use if someone was just dropping you off. You would enter through those doors. And another view of the ticketing area here from the lower level. Pretty easy. But again, just not a lot of space. If there were a lot of busy flights right now, people would not only be standing in the middle of the walkway for security, but there would probably also be some congestion just with people trying to check in and drop their bags off. As far as the look goes, it's a pretty modern look, definitely 2000s looking. There's Queen Charlotte herself. Apparently, Queen Charlotte there has been in 3 separate locations. This is the one as of 2023, and shout out to this dog here with 2 legs doing his thing. So we made it through that security line. It did take about 30 minutes, so for you guys, just so you know, you can judge that length. That took about 30 minutes to get through. We're heading to the C terminal today, but if you're going to B, you would head down that hallway. We definitely have a little bit of a walk here to get to the C terminal after the security gate. But we'll get a look at some of the restaurant options. Carolina Pit Barbecue, obviously a little local flavor. Cinnabon, you can probably find one of those in most major airports. This airport is very big, so we'll have a lot of options. We have some nice, natural light coming through these big windows. It kind of gives me Washington National vibes a little bit, this part here. A little newer look. Bunch of rocking chairs here that a lot of people are enjoying, as you see. There's a Burger King, Jersey Mike's subs. So, a lot of options for sure. There's a Dunkin' straight ahead, which I waited about 20 minutes for a breakfast sandwich at that Dunkin'. Just to give you a heads up. And we have made it to the entryway for the C terminal. And if your gate is D or E, you would head down that way there. So this does give a nice look of how you would get to all the terminals, except for A. Now, I actually flew in on Southwest, and I used Terminal A, and it was very nice and modern, definitely the newest part of the airport. But you can see here, we are in American Airlines territory here at C, D, and E. That is for sure. We'll use the people mover here because why not? Might as well. We've got some time. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any shots, but the A terminal is very nice. The rest of the airport does not feel like that. As we get into C here, you'll see what I mean. It's like this people mover here is moving us straight back into the 90s. That's pretty much the feeling I got. Because boom, out of nowhere, we've got drop ceilings. Now, it is a gloomy day out, as you can tell. So it doesn't necessarily help. But another big negative is this airport is just very dark. It's dark and dreary. Honestly feel like we're in a basement. And here's my biggest complaint of the airport. All these gates are for big airplanes. These are not regional jet gates. There's literally like 40 seats at every gate for all these flights that are holding 150 something people. And it's like this the entire terminal. So you pretty much have no chance. See, gloomy day. But you pretty much have no chance of sitting at the gate for your flight. This is definitely one of those airports where you gotta walk around a little bit to find a seat and just keep an eye on your clock. Keep an eye on your phone for when to go approach your gate to board. It's also very busy, you can tell. Crowded terminal. But a lot of restaurant options. Not only in that main drag that we were at a couple minutes ago, but also here as we walk down the C terminal. Again, these are all American gates. And you can just get these are all this regional jet. These should all be regional jet gates. It almost makes me feel like it used to be, and they changed the layout around because there is just nowhere for people to sit at their gate. Look at C11. What's that, like 30 seats? The plane using that gate seats 150 something people. But we'll go ahead and walk down the whole terminal here. Got a big time Starbucks, gotta have it. So people know if you're using C, you do have a Starbucks down your hallway. You can start to get a view here of how people, when the boarding process starts, they have to just stand in the middle of the walkway because there is nowhere to sit and nowhere to stand. Because all these gates are very, very small. Give you an idea of what your view is at these C gates. Pretty standard. And as is usually the case for a lot of airport layouts, we got this little box in here at the end of the hallway, which is nice. Finally have some room for some people to relax. It was at a family there smashing some Bojangles. I'm jealous. But we finally have some room here for people to just relax and wait out their flights. I guarantee a lot of these people are probably back at the beginning of the hallway, but there's nowhere else to sit. But we'll close out with a walk back up, give you guys the view from the opposite angle. Now, if you're from Charlotte or just use the airport a lot as a connecting city, definitely let me know in the comments what you think of the airport. It's possible I just caught it on a bad day. But man, I gotta be honest with you guys, it is pretty low on my list of airport rankings. And I have been to a good amount of airports in the US, both big and small. I got off to a bad start. When I arrived, it took me 2 hours to get my rental car. My wait to get my rental car was longer than my flight. So again, I got off at Terminal A, which apparently is new. It was very nice, but it was just all downhill from there. Terrible rental car process. And then on my return to go home, I was just really thrown off by how small all these gates are.
Yeah, mine do too.
For my trip, I was heading down to Camden, South Carolina. Figured it'd be easier to just fly into Charlotte and drive down there versus trying to get into the Columbia airport. But I have to say, after my experience, I may do the connecting flight into Columbia instead. But thank you guys for joining me. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of the Charlotte airport, and I will see you guys next time. Safe travels.